Hello, hello. So, where do I start? So, 2 days back on Tuesday, I had quite a bunch of honorable visitors because, some people from Magnapan and the listening room. So, Michael Hudson from the listening room and his girlfriend, and Mick from Magnapan and his sister. Um, well, People that know me, like personally, know that I'm quite anxious usually or nervous when showing off loudspeakers in general to people that I do not know or not know well. So this was quite a thing for me at least, and I'm pretty well. I'm honored they came by and drove like 6 hours more just to visit me. So thank you for that. That's really insane. I mean, I know in the US it might be, it's still the same amount of hours. Uh, they drive lot more, but still, it's insane that you're driving around and making a detour of 6 hours just to visit me, which is really cool. So thank you for that. I must admit, I was quite nervous. Normally, when meeting people, I'm not that nervous, but if speakers are involved or something, I am usually. So yeah. Problem was a little bit weird. They came around 7 o'clock here. They arrived at around 7 o'clock. So we had kind of an issue with having dinner or something. So I thought, do some drinks and having some snacks or food to go with it, like a bit of tiny things. So that's what we did. I might make them a little bit too much fat stuff because I thought, it would be fun to have some Dutch snacks, which might have been a little bit too much. I don't know. And of course, cheese. I mean, yeah, I love cheese, and I thought, I'll get some Dutch cheese and some French as well. Anyhow, we listened to the loudspeakers, and I must say, damn, they listen at a pretty loud level. People usually, when I do a demo of something I made, is people say, "Oh, can you put it a little bit, less loud?" But they play really loud. I mean, I can understand. I love loud as well, but I never took a seat on the couch. Which what happens is you miss out on the top end. You miss out on the bass because I kind of EQ'd it for the couch because there's way too much bass otherwise. So it was quite screamy sound for me, at least when I was standing. So I was a bit nervous if it even sound nice because I have no clue. Well, I have some clue. I mean, I've listened to it before, but yeah, it's funny. They love the device method, which is funny because I was like, it looks like poop. Well, the whole thing looks like poop, but I'd rather not have vices, but that's the only way I could put them here. So normally this will fall over, but these stands are filled with like steel pallets the steel pallets used in like ships. Although usually you would use like lead, but lead was too expensive, so I bought steel in the hope it would not vibrate. And I don't hear the pallets, so that's good. But lead would be better even. Anyhow, I don't know exactly if they like the setup. I think they were quite impressed by the low ends for the amount of panel it is. But you need quite a lot of power. We talked about this weird design, and in fact, I forgot who posted it, but I'll post a picture of it. It's actually a design Magnapan proposed somewhere as a patent in the, I believe, in the 70s. So yeah, that's kind of fun. I made something that actually is, I don't know if it is invented, but at least patented by Magnapan. So yeah, there was a shitload to talk about, and I wish I'd asked more because, this was my chance to ask the pros. I mean, they're doing this for 50 years. That's quite insane. And the reason why I started all of this making planers is actually also Magnepan. Well, actually, two reasons. I started off with Solo Sound because I had no clue what it was. It's an electrostatic loudspeaker, Dutch company. And after that I thought, well, I buy some other weird drivers, and I bought a Magnepan. I had no clue what it was. Removed the sock, etc. And I thought, well, this is amazing how it's not, if I say simple, do not take it like it's simple, I'll make one tomorrow and be done with it. I mean, simplicity is more like it. The whole idea is not very complicated, unlike a normal driver, but if you actually want to make it as good as it was or is, it becomes complicated. But if you just explain it, it makes sense, and you think, well, that's all that there is to it. And that sounds really simple, and it's pretty cool. And let's not forget that Magnepan is kind of the founders of the whole planar magnetic, at least commercially, and with loads of patents and ideas. So yeah, I felt kind of honored they even came by. I know it sounds like kissing ass, but that's not really. I mean, it is my hobby for quite some time. I put a lot of effort in making stuff just because I like it, mostly. So it's pretty cool if people are interested and drive 6 hours to just have a listen. If it's good or not, I don't really mind. Well, actually I did, apparently, because I was quite nervous as usual, but yeah. So it's funny, they had like one tune that apparently had a shitload of low end. And I was just talking about, I did not manage to make the foil hit the magnets. Well, put that song on, I forgot the name, I might look it up. Instantly it hits the magnets on this pedal. And the reason is this one is tuned much lower, and apparently there was a shitload of very low end frequency in there. So this one instantly went flapping, sounded like terrible. This one that I dislike normally because it has a higher resonance did not flap. But yeah, so it was cool. So they have they both listen to quite a lot of different planar magnetic kind of loudspeakers. They listen to far more than I ever heard. I heard I think it was the Clarissus, Magnepan of course, and these. I never heard the Apogee, the original Apogees, which I would like to hear. I didn't hear all the Magnepans because there are quite many. I heard like a few pairs, different pairs. Never heard Elsie Fox, never heard Diptyque, which I both still like to hear one day. So yeah, they have far more experience what a song did on a particular planar. So that's quite interesting. We played a very, I think, unconventional music. And I'm just filling in this right now because I think we're playing mostly songs that were bass related to see what it does. So we talked of course about how we make them, etc. And I wish I asked more about the Magnepans, how they were made, or maybe they have a clue about, more about how the other planar magnetic sounds. I have to go to shows to hear that actually, but Munich is a little bit too far off for me, a little bit too far away. Maybe I'll go just as a visitor and then just one day and listen to all the planar magnetics I can find, maybe some electrostatics. I think that might be a good idea, but it might be next year then. So yeah, in short, yeah, it was very cool. It was a bit short. Yeah, and timing wise, I was a bit nervous, and usually when I'm nervous, I tend to just, you know, drink a beer, and in this case, make some food, snacks, and I talked less than I wished, or at least asked less than I wish, because there's, of course, the day after is like tons of shit I wish I asked. So I hope they had a good time as well. I most certainly did, and yeah, it was an honor to receive them, and maybe I'll see them once at a show where I can just drop by, having a tiny chat, and leave them alone, not bothering them. But yeah, so very nice day. Very nice day. And I wished I had a better, nicer set to show them. This is like a thrown together piece and not a complete polished set. But better luck next time, I guess. Anyhow, I wanted to say something about it because it would be weird to, at least I think it's weird to have a camera when they're visiting. So I did not even take a picture. Yeah. But if I use like video, that would be, I don't know. It's not nice if I'm just walking around with a camera all day instead of, you know, talking and asking stuff or explaining stuff or both. But yeah. So who knows, maybe in the future. Anyhow, very lovely guys. And girls, woman. I tend to say girls, but I don't want. Yeah, it sounds like. I mean, woman, of course. They're not like 12, but I think this is more a language barrier thingy. Anyhow, I'll see you next time when I hopefully make something different. I want to make this in push-pull because this whole design, it is kind of funny and it does something rather well. But there are many things it does not do well, or should be much better. So this is not something I would like to rebuild, maybe as only a bass driver, but not for a complete loudspeaker. But it was a nice, you know, test, as usual. Anyhow, see you later. Bye bye.